From the one and only, this is a Local 10 News Update, sponsored by FHIA, Florida Home Improvement Associates.
Good afternoon, South Florida. I'm Larry Livingston.
And I'm Nikki Mohan. Here's a look at your top stories today. White pickup truck crashed and came to a rest at the bottom of a hill near the southbound lanes of I-95 at Northwest 28th Street in Miami. The truck was carrying a boat and ended up damaging two other vehicles when it went off the highway this morning. 4 people suffered non-life-threatening injuries. We're told the victims had some type of interaction with another driver, which may have led to the crash.
A man is found dead at a Northwest Miami-Dade home that caught fire. Now, the flames broke out along the 133rd block of Northwest 1st Avenue last night. It's not clear right now how that man died, and his identity has not yet been released, but the homeowner believes a scantily clad man seen walking around the neighborhood started the fire. Neighbors say he was responsible for trying to set another house on fire just a couple blocks away.
Crews continue to work throughout the night in Fort Lauderdale, 5 days after a sewer pipe erupted. The parts needed to fix that pipe won't arrive until tomorrow. Millions of gallons of sewage wastewater have filled the streets. The affected areas include Broward Boulevard to the north, Ponciana Drive to the east, Southeast 15th Street to the south, and Southwest 18th Avenue to the west.
Listen to Local 10's podcast, The Florida Files, wherever you are, whenever you want. Just say, Alexa, play the Florida Files podcast.
Getting the latest episode of Florida Files. Here it is from TuneIn.
Previously on the Florida Files.
Or just ask Siri, I want to hear the latest Florida Files podcast.
Here's the newest episode of the Florida Files.
Get the Florida Files on Alexa, Google Home, or Apple devices just by saying play the Florida Files podcast. The Florida Files from the one and only Local 10.
Abaco!
The effort to help Hurricane Dorian victims continues. Dozens stepped out yesterday morning to take part in the March for Marsh benefit walk along Fort Lauderdale Beach. The money raised is going toward a variety of things, including the rebuilding of communities, of course, in Marsh Harbor for Bahamians wanting to return home.
They don't have a lot of the resources, that we have here in the States. People at Abaco lost everything they own. They can't just go to the next county or the next town and find a job. There's nothing there. So we have to rebuild what we have.
In addition to the walk, they also had a party with live music performances over at Quarter Deck Restaurant on Las Olas Boulevard. A portion of the restaurant's proceeds will also be going to help the folks there in Abaco.
Well, as breaking news happens, we always have you covered on air and online.
Just head over to local10.com for more local news coverage and updates. Happy Sunday.